Good morning, friends. Hope everybody's weekend's off to a good start. I know a ton of people are up at Terrificon. A ton of my friends, so I've been seeing a bunch of pictures up there. My girls are still somewhat asleep. I poked my head in, half awake, half asleep. But I did want them to come down because I want to talk about Ms. Marvel now that we have finished it. So we should get into that. I got my San Diego Comic Con haul here. So I'm going to show off some things I bought, which is not much. I wasn't there to buy. So I did buy some stuff, but I didn't buy a ton. And then I got my books from the last couple of weeks that I'm trying to read. And I've read most of them. I think I've only got like a little pile left related to an event. So that's probably why I haven't read it yet. So lots of good stuff to talk about. I hope everybody's doing all right. Let's jump in the chat and say hello to the gang. We got Perry first in the chat. 7:52 my time. He's playing chess, I'm assuming. He says I watch while I'm playing. I'm assuming it's chess. Yeah, I'll be watching in 37 minutes. There you go. What's up? Katie Kaboom is in the chat. Good morning to you. And yes, don't forget to bag and board your comics. And I'm pretty good about that. I'm pretty good about that. Ariel, good morning to you. How are things? How's it going? Perry says, hello to the ladies. We got the Kate and Charlie Show theme song brought to you by Ryan of Magic Lasso. Eat a bagel, pet a beagle, watch the Kate and Charlie Show. Heading to work, he'll catch the rewind. I appreciate you coming by, just like Mr. Big Will, who has arrived. I hope you're feeling well. I know that for last weekend's D&D session, he was a little laid up, but he played through. Amazing. I hope you're feeling better today. Hope the week treated you well. We got Robert Galvin here this morning. Good morning, Robert. I hope things are going well. Hope you got a big show tonight. I don't have a ton going on this evening, so maybe I can stay up late and catch the Robert G late night show. Aggressively relaxing top of the morning. JP is here. Good morning, JP. I was only 1 or 2 minutes, maybe late, minute and a half. Let's split the difference. They liked Ms. Marvel a lot, Robert and Mrs. G. Okay, there you go. Trey is in the chat. Good morning, Trey. How you doing? Miss So says, can't stay due to errands, but saying a quick hello. Thank you for coming by. I appreciate that. Nope, he's Warcrafting. There you go. Perry is playing Warcraft. Good morning, Perry. Kyle is here. The promiscuous time traveler says, hello there. Hello there. We got my dad. Pop is in the chat. And I don't think you've seen the video, Dad, but I did read the greatest beer run ever. And I made a little video and I tried to tag you in it on Instagram. So if you go, you might, enjoy watching that video I made specifically for you because I wanted you to know that I read it and I enjoyed it. Going to work says, Ariel, have a great weekend. All right, you have a great weekend. Brother John in the chat. Good morning, Brother John. How are you doing this morning? And I got my coffee here. So I've got a funny lisp. I had a little oral surgery to finish a root canal. So I can't drink hot drinks, but I can drink cold drinks. So here's my iced coffee with my Dharma Initiative mug here. This is the Swan, no, the Hydra station. Hydra. So a little iced coffee this morning for me. Let's go to the San Diego Comic-Con talk first. The girls didn't go, so it's just me. I think that would probably be the best way to kick it off this morning. I have, despite living in Southern California my entire life, good morning, Jen, I've never been to San Diego Comic-Con. And there's several reasons why. Number one, it's super expensive. And number two, it's super crowded. And I don't like things that fall into those categories as a rule. And then number three, I guess, at the private school where I work, I don't necessarily get summers off. So it's hard to know what weeks of summer I'll be working and whether or not I can get over there at all. This summer, a buddy of mine who goes by Comics and Pops, Alonzo, he posted and said, "Hey, I've got some passes to San Diego Comic-Con. If anybody wants them, let me know and I'll let you know the price." And I was like, I can't really go any day but Sunday. So I just said, "Hey man, what have you got for sale?" And he said, "I have a Sunday pass, a pass just for Sunday." And I was like, this was meant to be. And then huge shout out to Joel the Geek, a buddy who's been on Comic Gories before. He's got a great Instagram and TikTok. He's a hilarious and funny and friendly guy. He used to live in San Diego and he's got the whole thing wired. He's now up in Oregon, if I'm not mistaken. Um, and he gave me the breakdown. He said, "This is where you park to catch the trolley. This is what you pay for the trolley, and you can ride it all day, and it drops you off right at the convention center." So I parked in Old Town, way outside of the traffic area, rode the trolley in with a bunch of Comic-Con folks, and then was dropped off right there in front of the convention center. Went over and got my COVID band to prove that I, have been vaccinated. Found my buddy Alonzo, got my pass. He gave me a quick tour, dropped me in line with a couple of his friends to get into the main floor of the con. And then I spent all day crisscrossing the Comic-Con floor. I was not there for, I don't care. I mean, it's cool that they do all the media blitz. I don't care about any of the media stuff. I don't want to be in Hall H sitting around listening to a movie star. Like, I just don't, I don't get all worked up for it. So that's not why I'm there. I'm there for the books and the merchandise, the writers and the artists, and you guys, the friends in this community that I've made that I haven't met in person or have only met once before. So that's what I wanted to do. So I got in the main line, and the second it opened, I booked downstairs and started connecting with friends that I wanted to meet and have never met, and specifically Phil, from the One True Nerd King, because he doesn't come out this coast very often. He was there all weekend, and his flight was like first thing in the morning Sunday when I was there. So I caught him for all of like 5 to 10 minutes. We hugged, took some pictures, talked for a little bit, and then he was like, "I gotta go," and he booked and got on his flight. So I met Phil. I met Natalie, D Comic Queen. She is super friendly, super nice. So we walked around a bunch when she was going to check out certain writers and artists. And I've done shows with Nat, but I had never actually met her in person. And she was helping out with the short boxed crew. So I was in and around their booth a bunch, just meeting up with them. But the guy that I spent probably the most amount of time with, and the one that I connected to, I think the most, was Diesel Dan. And he's over on Instagram as Diesel Dan, just like it sounds. And he's a member of that short boxed crew as well. But I saw him walking the floor, even with his mask on. I knew that it was him. And we had just sort of chatted on Instagram, but I went up, as is my habit at these kind of things. I tend to just walk into people on purpose and then pretend to be upset just because I think it's funny when I know them. So I bumped into him, I was like, "Hey man, what are you doing?" And then he noticed that it was me. And so we started laughing. And then he just showed me around. He was really friendly. He showed me where all the booths of certain people in the community were, so I could find Gem Mint was there. So I said hello to Gem. And then we cruised the floor a little bit. I found the Golden Age guru, Jeff. So thanks to Dan, I kind of got my bearings a little bit. My local comic shop is there every year, and they had a pin for sale that was their pin. Nuclear Comics is the name. I don't know if that's going to focus on it. It's got a little skull gas mask thing with the radiation logo across the bottom, a comic book, and the date established 1994 is when their shop opened, if I can hold it still enough. But that's the Nuclear Comics pins. So I bought one of their pins just to support my LCS, who I love. Amazing people. And they have recently opened a second store in the San Diego area besides the one in my area. So got the pin from them, and then just cruised around and saw amazing artists and writers and buck wild booths and art pieces and statues, and just kind of cruised the floor and saw everything. What is up, Rod? Good morning, my man. I hope you're not having to go to the beach. I know Rod is not a big beach goer, but his wife loves it, so he always goes along, and he's always sitting on the beach reading a comic, complaining. It's hilarious. I think Rod's hilarious. Well, good morning to you, my brother. I hope you don't have to go to the beach today. I hope you're able to chill a little bit today. So yeah, I just walked the floor a bunch, checking in with writers and artists, seeing who was there, talking to some people, and getting to know kind of the scene of what's going on. And of course, then I found Comic Tom. He's getting, I mean, he's just working, right? He's checking in over here, shooting videos over here, buying stuff over there. So I caught him for a quick moment. He took that hilarious photo where he's like grappling me. Actually, Diesel Dan, shout out to Dan again. He shot that photo that Tom posted of the two of us. And then he was gone. I saw Tom for like 5 minutes, and then he was like, I gotta go. And then I just would see him running back and forth, and I was just like, no, I won't get in his way. He was a busy guy. I wanted to mention for Natalie, the Comic Queen, I even got some of her swag. She's got stickers. Look, Nat's got stickers. That was pretty awesome, right? So I got one of those, and then she had a couple of these kind, the Comic Queen. If you don't know Nat, that's from her. And this is my pass. I am not Anthony Lau. Part and parcel with buying a Sunday only pass is the pass had the name of the previous owner printed on it. But I got to go around as Anthony Lau all day. So that's my new code name, apparently. I'm Anthony Lau. That's my name. So there you go. That's my swag. Greatest beer run, terrific story. I'll check out your video later. Awesome. I think you'll like it, Dad. I really loved the book. It was a great, great book. So I highly recommend people who haven't read it or heard of it to try the greatest beer run ever, or check out the video I made. It's on Instagram and TikTok. Ignacio, buenos dias. I hope things are going well for you, Ignacio. I will get there, JP. Just give me a break. So yeah, I was just cruising around, saying hi to people, taking photos with friends, and not buying a bunch. I was really looking for Lego minifigures, right? Because you all know I'm into the Lego minifigures. Come here, Wolverine. I like the little guys. I think they're cool, and I use them in different videos and stuff. So there's Logan with his little claws. I got the Blackbird jet with Magneto on it there. I got a bunch of little guys. Over here is Storm. I finally have a Storm Lego. That's pretty cool. So, Logan, you're going to stay down here, I guess. So I was looking for Lego minifigures. They did not have it. They had no Lego minifigures except for the Lego official shop, but that's not stuff I wanted. So I had to bail on that plan and just cruise around. And I cruised the Artist Alley, which I really dig. It's where all the writers and artists have their own personal booths where they can set up shop and sell prints and original art and comics and whatever. And there was a guy who had only one person in line, and I was like, oh, let's see what's going on over there. And it was David Mack himself, the amazing cover artist and sometimes writer and interior artist. And he had just one guy in his line, and that guy had already bought a bunch of books, and David was signing them all, and that guy was bagging and boarding. So I just kind of stood there and flipped through his art prints. He has a bunch of art prints, and I was just kind of looking at what he had. And he was like, oh, I'm sorry, you have to wait. He was apologizing to me as if I had this huge line to wait in. And I was like, no, I'm good. I was just checking it out. And I was like, I'm a huge fan. I love your art and covers and stuff. He had, because I think it's coming up on the Disney Plus, he had several hardcovers of his Daredevil run where he did the covers and the interiors and was working hard on the story involving Echo, this character. And he was selling these hardcovers for basically cover price and then signing them for free. And I was like, can I get a remark? And I'll pay for that. So I paid for a remark. I bought the hardcover. He drew me a Daredevil on the inside. He signed it, of course. And it was awesome. I got to talk to him the whole time. He was really, really nice. I posted it on my Instagram. Maybe you saw it. So this I was very happy to get this. I have most of these issues. I don't have this one, which is like her first appearance. Um, but I have most of the issues in this run, including her first cover appearance and all that kind of stuff. It's a great series of books if you haven't read it. And he did a lot of covers ongoing with Bendis when Bendis took over right after it, which is the run I have fully collected. But I had to get this. So this was cool. I don't have a collected edition of this, so this was a great buy for me. And it was a great chance to talk to somebody that I admire in a big way. So David Mack is one of those guys. So I've been lucky enough to interview a few people for Comic Core or the Hero Initiative, and David Mack's name comes up a lot. And it's always in the best circumstances. He's one of those people with a reputation that precedes him that is so positive. He is just somebody that everybody seems to have a ton of admiration for and a ton of respect for, and who seems to earn it again and again and again. Young up and coming writers and artists who feel like he gave them their start, or he promoted them, or he made them know. I mean, somebody who really does support creators in a huge way. So just really glad to be able to talk to him. And on top of this, I had to get something else that he had a print of that I thought was beautiful. And yes, Dre, his Something's Killing the Children books covers are wild. I bought the first 5 sets. I did not buy the second or third sets. I probably should have, but I didn't. But they're amazing. Because that second set is actually my favorite, I think, in the end. I bought this, and he signed it, of course. This is that epic Wonder Woman variant cover he did. It's incredible, man. It is gorgeous. This was $20, and he signed it, and it was just, I was so glad. This is going to get framed at some point, put up somewhere. I don't know if the girls get it or if I get it. The girls each, Kate has a Wonder Woman. Charlie has a Mira by Art Germ. They each got a print of Art Germ's work. But the detail, it's so hard to see the detail, but every gold portion has its own texture and has its own color of gold. It's really, the detail work is really hard to see. And I don't know that my camera or my streaming internet is going to capture it all, but it's absolutely incredible. Yeah, so I had to buy it. He was amazingly kind about taking the time. He even took money off at the end. He's like, when I bought all the stuff, he was like, you waited in line. I feel bad. How about we take $10 off? And I was like, what are you doing? Like, I waited behind one guy and I got to talk to you the whole time. He was really funny about it. So that was my big art purchase and discussion. That was like almost everything that I bought at the con was from him. So that was like the big portion of the event for me. Now we'll get to the part that JP was talking about right here. Okay. So, good morning, Kate.
Good morning.
Kate is here, and she's got her bagel, and she's got a pool party going on later today, and she's been at volleyball camps the last like 3 weeks, and she's tired, and I understand. So I'm going to finish my Comic-Con story, okay? And you can laugh at your dad here for this one. Okay, so as I cruise around, I say hi to Dustin Nguyen, the artist who did Descender and Ascender, which I love, and the recent Lemire Batman they did together. Really, really nice guy. And I just talked to him for a second. He was kind of busy with a bigger line, so I just said hi. I was cruising around with Nat, the Comic Queen, and she was stopping to talk to David Mack. And I said, okay, I'm going to cruise around a little more. And I looped around a corner that I hadn't cruised through. And when I cruised around the corner, I saw all this great Nightwing artwork, modern, current Nightwing, the current run that Bruno Redondo is doing. So I saw a bunch of Bruno's artwork and I thought, oh, that really looks cool. Let me cruise over there. And I saw Bruno's name and I was like, oh, cool. But the guy at the booth wasn't Bruno. And I could tell. So I was like, it's not Bruno. So I was like, oh, he's just watching the booth while Bruno's doing whatever. So I was looking at the artwork and he was signing something or he was handing something out. So I was like, whatever. And I was doing this thing. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. And then the guy's like, what do you like? And I was like, I pointed to one of the pieces that was like $100. I was like, that's really cool. And he's like, oh yeah, I want one of these. Maybe I have to get one before I leave. I was like, yeah, it's really cool. And I thought this was just the guy running the booth with this British accent. And I was like, oh, cool. And then I'm looking at something else. I'm like, I don't know if I can afford that, but maybe one of these other ones. I don't know. I'm looking at these different prints and I'm like, do I need a print? I don't know if I need a print. And then I glance, the guy's wearing a name badge, and I glance at it, and it says Tom Taylor. And for those that don't know who Tom Taylor is, he's the guy writing that whole run, the current Nightwing run that I'm loving. He's also written a ton of hugely popular comics like All New Wolverine with Laura Kinney. He wrote that entire run. The one that you guys love so much.
You didn't know who he was?
I did not know it was him. I did not recognize him or know that it was him. I don't know that I've ever actually seen his face until this moment.
And then what happened?
And then I said, in the most awkward phrasing of all, I was like, oh my God, you're Tom Taylor.
Fan behavior. That's hilarious.
And then he said, yeah, I am. And the guy that was next to him,
oh my God,
running the like cash transactions for the booth, started laughing because it was funny. And then Tom was like, yeah, I'm supposed to go to this signing. He's an Australian. Oh, my bad. So he's not even a Brit. He has an Australian. It was a very subtle accent.
Accentless.
I was gonna say it's a very subtle accent. Yeah, nothing gets by John. See, good morning to Legion. I'm just describing my awkward conversation with Tom Taylor at San Diego Comic-Con.
You're memorable for sure.
Yeah. So he's like, I've got to go do some signings, but if you want to buy something, I can sign it before I go. Because there's a line of people waiting for him, paid to get his signature. But he's going to give it to me on anything I buy at that moment because he's just there. So I'm like, and I'm now like, I'm feeling super embarrassed because I didn't recognize him. I'm all the ideas of what I wanted to talk to him or say to him has gone out of my brain. I totally forgot that he did All New Wolverine. It was gone from my head. All I could say was things like, I really love this series. It's really good. I really like it. It was really awkward. Really awkward. In the end, I purchased that. So this is the first cover. Sorry, Kate, I'm going to cover you here.
No, it's fine.
This is his first cover. The first issue, I should say, the cover for his first issue of Nightwing. Bruno Redondo had already signed a bunch, so they gave me one that Bruno had signed. Tom signed it as well, and I snagged one of these awesome prints. It was a beauty. It's probably my favorite cover in the run so far, although there are a ton of great ones. I was just like floored. And then he was super nice. He signed it, and then he's like, I gotta go, and yeah, he took off. So yes, nothing gets by John. Very clear. You can laugh all you want, Perry. I thought Simon thought Tom Taylor was from the U.S. That's hilarious. Simple Simon thought he was from the U.S. That's hilarious. I knew you would be proud of that one, Mark. And you might have missed the David Mack I got signed as well. The Wonder Woman David Mack cover that I got print that I got signed when I cruised by his booth. And I had to buy a little slip sleeve just to protect them because I was really worried they would get all messed up. What's up, Roscoe? Good to see you, my man. I hope you're having a great day, brother. He was recently on Comic-Gories. If you missed it, you got to cruise back and watch it. He did really well for himself. Let's see here. Big Will says, have I ever met Claremont? So every con I've been to, he has not been to that one. So when I went to Baltimore one year, he wasn't there. WonderCon, he wasn't there. And then he wasn't at San Diego. So he hasn't been to any of the cons that I've been to. And I would love to talk to him. Absolutely love it.
You also said Jason Derulo at that Comic-Con.
Yeah, Jason Derulo apparently has a comic book. For those who don't know, he's some kind of musician influencer.
He's a comic book, a graphic novel. And then
I confused his name.
No, wait, let me explain this one.
Okay.
He came home and he was like, whatever, like, woohoo, I just went to San Diego Comic-Con. And then he was like, I saw JoJo Siwa there too. Which, if you don't know JoJo Siwa, she's like
she looks like Kate.
Yes. With like
a little white girl,
hair.
A little blonde white girl.
Yes, and she's like white hair
and
blue eyes.
Jason Derulo is
a tall black guy. Like, And I was like, JoJo Siwa, well, that's cool or whatever, because we saw her at Disneyland. We saw her mom at Disneyland. And then, like,
I missed up the names because they sound similar in my brain.
No,
I
they
mixed them.
don't.
I was tired. Jojo Siwa, Jason Derulo. In my mind, the names got swapped.
and then I don't know what you said after, but and then you were like, oh no, Jason Derulo, and I was like, what?
Yeah, it was not my best moment.
No, that was really funny though.
Yeah, Dre, I hear that he's at a bunch of cons back east and in the Midwest. I don't. I'm not at a place where I can easily fly to Comic Cons. So unless he's coming to my area, it's kind of hard to check him out, you know. But I wish I could. And if you can get there, good on you, man. That would be awesome. Jason Derulo was in Cats the movie and killed his career, so now he does comics. I mean, not far off. I'm sorry, Legion, I missed this. He's like, love the background. Those fight poster covers are fantastic. Yeah, so these are the Cho. I can't remember his first name. The Cho covers. Do I remember his? I can't remember his first name. The artist. It's not Frank Cho, but it's the other Cho. And these are all his fight poster covers for Civil War II. Although I do have some Civil War I goodness from Michael Turner right there. I didn't have enough to fill out beyond me, but yeah, those are all the fight covers here. And then I've been working on my my 9/8 Secret Wars, and I got 4 of those, so I got some of those up there in the background. So there you go. Yeah. What's up, Bob? Good to see you this morning. How are you doing, man? Welcome in. Kate was just making fun of me. Mm-hmm. Is it Mike Cho? I think it's Mike Cho. I think it's Mike. That sounds right.
The Cats movie was. I never saw it. Did you ever see it?
The line is always so long because he talks to everyone for 30 minutes each, which is all I want. I would bring 2 books to get signed. I don't need CGC witnessing on them. I would just want to talk to him for a bit, get a couple of books I love signed, and then walk out. That's all I would need. I don't need any like fancy stuff. Sorry, what was it?
Did you ever see the Cats movie?
I can't hear. What when you do
Did you ever see
the microphone
the Cats movie?
No, I've never seen the Cats movie.
I heard it was bad.
I mean, it's a movie of cats. I don't know how it could be good.
Taylor Swift was in that, right?
I have no idea who's in that.
That was an odd cast.
So there you go. That was my San Diego Comic-Con experience. Those were my purchases, and that's how it went for me. It was really fun to talk to all these people. I did get to talk to Jay Lee, the artist Jay Lee, a whole bunch, because Tom and Jem Mint were interviewing and talking to him. And so I was hanging around his booth waiting for those guys to get there, just talking to Jay Lee, super talented artist. And he was doing some sketches. So I was just watching him sketch. Nobody in the line. Nobody was there. I was checking out some stuff that he had for sale, thinking about maybe buying another print and just chatting him up. Really friendly guy. And then Tom and Jem came over and they were having a whole conversation. I shot some pictures of all of us together. And it was just fun. It was a fun, good time just seeing and meeting everybody. There was a ton of great community members that I got to pretend to bump into and act. I did it to Tom too. Walked up to Tom when he wasn't really looking the first time and crashed into him. Was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And then he saw it was me and he lost it. It was hilarious. I love doing that to people. I very much enjoy that. It's a fun and funny experience. Kate is set dressing our studio here. Mm-hmm. You're trying to make it look nice for your friends when they come over. Well, we're going to mess the couch up, so you might as well just relax about it. Oh, thank you for being careful around the comics. Sleepy Reader, hello to you. Good morning. If it's morning, I don't think it's morning where you are, but good morning. He wrote good morning, so I'll say good morning. It's a movie about cats. I don't know how it'll be good. So Puss in Boots isn't happy with that statement. That movie. The Puss in Boots movie or Shrek 2?
Puss in Boots and Shrek 2.
Because Shrek 2 is a lot of fun.
Puss in Boots is just weird.
I didn't love the Puss in Boots movie.
The egg in Puss in Boots, the amount of times I have that on my phone. Like the amount of times I've given it to someone over FaceTime. Yeah. And I'm like, from this angle, you really look like this character that I know. And then I just send that photo to them. I've gotten hung up on a few times because of that one. But they're my friends. They don't really care.
Steven asks how tired we were after the con. I mean, how tired was I? Sorry, after the con. I did all right. I didn't go crazy. The con day on Sunday was like 9:30 to 5. And I was there at opening. So I was there. I got down there around 8:30. maybe no, I got there earlier than that. I got there around 8. I got my COVID pass. I got my pass to get in. I got a quick tour, and then I got plunked in the line so that I could be ready to go downstairs. And then I waited for like an hour. But I was home around 5:30, 5:15, just in time for D&D. Got to get home, unpack, say hello to everybody, and then jump onto JP's show. So it was a pretty quick day for me overall, but it was fun. It was exactly what I needed. I don't know that I need the like 3-day blitz. I like a shorter experience. Brother John says the muffin. Do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man. The Muffin Man.
The Muffin Man. Yes. Can I just recite this whole scene?
No.
I know the whole scene.
I know you know the whole scene. Is your sister waking up, or did she go back to sleep?
She went back to sleep.
She went back to sleep. So then we should do.
Lame.
Actually, you know what? Let me do comic books for a bit. Maybe she'll get down here for other stuff.
No, she won't. She's a baby.
This week I grabbed Public Domain issue 2 from Chip Zdarsky, and I will say I'm not loving this. I like the idea of it more than the actual more than the actual comic. So I may just read the rest in trade or something, but I will let Kate do the scene.
I'm eating, bro.
Oh, now you're eating, so I'll keep going. This series continues to be great. The Righteous Thirst for Vengeance. If you like a very violent comic book, you should absolutely read this. This is issue 10. There's a trade out for the first 5, I think, issues. It's phenomenal. You should totally check it out, especially if you liked Rick Remender's Deadly Class. I think this is going to be something on the same line of violence, you know.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, first of all, Aristocrats, I only saw it once, and from what I remember, it was like pretty good.
Aristocrats, pretty good. I don't remember it very well.
Aristocats.
Aristocats, I'm
It's
sorry.
about rich cats and like society cats, I guess. I don't know.
Gore Vidal with the when in doubt, what would Puss in Boots do?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so
I mean, it's not a lot of pressure.
Do you want to be the Muffin Man, or do you want to be the?
I was not going to do any of it, but okay.
This is Floor Far Club. And this is the Muffin Man.
Okay. The Muffin Man, the Gingerbread Man goes first.
Yeah. Do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man. The Muffin Man. Yes, I know the Muffin Man who lives on Drury Lane. Well, she's married to the Muffin Man. The Muffin Man. The Muffin Man. Yeah. I don't know why I remember that, but
because it's a good movie and it's a hilarious scene.
Also,
it's iconic.
My cooking teacher had that playing in the background of a Kahoot when we were playing like a game, and the scene was playing for like 30 minutes.
Just on a loop.
And I was
that one scene.
Yes.
On a loop.
Yes.
Yikes. Hard pass.
I know. Brilliant.
The only other book for this week that I got was the new Detective Comics by Ram V. I had to get it just to see, and I'm probably going to get 1 or 2 more. But just like Zdarsky's Batman, I don't know that I like loved this. So my feelings on both right now are kind of meh. But we'll get into details on Wednesday. White Whale Comics and I are doing a book club on Wednesday looking back at July. And our big discussion is going to be Batman and Detective Comics and these new people taking over writing these comics. So if you want a deep dive into Batman and Detective Comics and maybe which is better and which ones we like, definitely check out Wednesday on White Whale Comics channel.
Muffins for Kate.
Muffins for Kate? Is that what you would like? Well, let's see what we can find of Kate here.
Party for myself. I'm having a me party, and I need nobody else.
Yeah, the sippy cup,
the boots,
the
pearl necklace,
and the pearl necklace
pulled together perfectly.
Plus, you got a little white cardigan over your dress. It was an outfit. You were working it. You were working it big time. How about this one?
No, well, now they know. Let it go, let it go. Can't hold that game on. The cold never bothered me anyway.
so glad that was caught on film, bro.
Thank you, Sleepy Reader. That's very nice of you, man. I appreciate it. Oh man, look, brilliant.
Brilliant.
Thumbs up, applause. It's all happening.
Standing ovation.
That's why you remember it. I agree.
Oh yeah, but I knew it. I remembered it before that because my friends, they teased me when I first got my haircut. Everyone was like giving me weird nicknames, like my friends. So it wasn't like weird.
Nothing
people.
too offensive, I hope.
I got Little Lad, which that was. If you don't know who that is, look up Little Lad.
Okay.
Berries and Cream Dance. Yeah, I have everything except the bangs for that one, and then I've been called Edna Mode.
I remember you telling me that one.
I took a photo with Edna.
If you darkened
Oh,
your
that-
hair, you're not short enough to be Edna, but you could really pull it off.
Oh yeah.
I think you could be a pretty good Edna.
Yeah. So my contact in my friend's phone is Blonde Edna, and then I also get Lord Farquaad quite a lot.
There you
So
go.
that's why I memorized that scene probably.
Good morning to you, Warlord. I hope you're having a good Saturday. Hope things are going well. So those are the primary books I bought this week. I also decided, I will try this new Marvel event because it's got the X-Men and it's Kieran Gillen, and I don't know, why not give it a try, this Judgment Day event. And then No Good Comics hits me up and he's like, you're going to read that? Then you got to go back and you got to get Eve of Judgment. He's like, and you got to get X-Men issue 12. And you got to go and you got to get all of Immortal X-Men. So he's like, you need to read all that stuff before you read it. So I went back and I grabbed 3 or 4 other comics that apparently I need to read first before I read that. So this is my Saturday to-do list. I'm going to go and read all of my Judgment Day prequel stuff before I dive into the actual issue. And then next weekend, I can let you know, was it worth the time? Or is it just another Marvel event where 1,000 tie-ins and 1,000 books and lots of money spent? Who knows?
Hopefully
not. Yeah, I haven't read it yet, Ignacio. I stopped because I was going to read it, and then Justin was like, no, you got to read all this other stuff. So I had to go get all the other stuff.
The star quality.
You do have star quality. You know that.
I think the Lord Farquaad scene and the Me Party scenes.
Right.
You could see the growth. I'm too tired for this.
Good morning, Ignacio. Good morning to Bronze Page. How you doing, man? So the last thing I was going to, the 2 other things we got to do is I was going to show Kate this cool giant size X-Men variant. And I believe I've shown this one off already. This was in the Deadly Genesis, the reprinting of giant size X-Men, but it's every page redrawn by different artists. And this is that amazing variant cover for it that I went and found online. And then I'm going to share this amazing cover. I haven't seen J Hood in the chat yet. Tradmore, yes, that's the Tradmore variant. Thank you, Ignacio. If you missed my unboxing last week, was it a week before that? Might have been the week before that. I got an amazing sketch variant by the community member J Hood Creative, who draws for a living, very talented artist. And he drew me a sketch variant, which means he took a blank covered comic, where they have just blank, and he drew something on it for me. And he sent it to me with a reveal, step-by-step reveal. And it was so amazing. And I had so much fun that I was like, I got to put it back together like this so that the girls can see the same reveal. I was hoping Charlie would be out here for it. So if she makes it in time, that would be awesome. And then we got to talk about Marvel Girl or Ms. Marvel. Do you want to talk about Ms. Marvel first, or should we do the reveal first? What do you think?
Ms. Marvel.
Ms. Marvel. Okay, let's hear Kate's thoughts. Now that we finished last night, we finally finished it. What are your thoughts on Ms. Marvel?
I love her comics story. I love her storyline in the comics, not comics.
Because you've read a couple of the trades, right?
I think so.
Or just one?
I think I've only read one.
Just the one. Okay. The original Ms.
one.
Marvel solo series.
Yes. And I really like it. she's such a cool character, and she's like a funny character too. Like she's funny in the comics, she's funny in the show. I love Bruno. Like I
Her best
love
friend, yeah.
Bruno. Yeah, he's the best. And then is it Nakia?
Her sister?
Their
No.
best friend.
Her other best friend. I don't remember the names. I'm sorry.
I remember sometimes. And then she was cool too. Like the girl power with Miss Marvel was so awesome. And then like I don't know, it was like way funnier than I thought it was gonna be, and I liked that it was funnier.
Yeah.
Because they're teenagers, they're gonna be funny and like stupid. So speaking as a teenager, but like it was so funny. It was awesome. I loved it a lot. I really liked that show.
Would it rank near the top of your Disney Plus Marvel shows?
I think I liked it more than Winter Soldier.
Okay.
Less than WandaVision.
So Wanda would still be near the top, or would that be number one? Because Loki was one of your favorites too, right?
Yeah, I think Loki was second.
Okay, so Wanda, Loki, and then this?
Probably.
Hawkeye would be a little lower.
Oh, I didn't even consider Hawkeye.
Oh, okay.
Hawkeye's probably higher than Winter Soldier, but lower than everything else.
Good morning, Charlie. We just started talking about Ms. Marvel, so if you want to eat for a bit while we talk, and then you can join us.
Are these plain bagels or?
No, that's a cinnamon raisin.
I didn't know. I was going to get jelly, but I didn't know.
No, you're good. Perry says Loki is his top. I'm a WandaVision guy, so that one's ranked top for me, but Loki would be way up there. And I think this would be way up there. I really did enjoy this. I think the positives for me were I love the family dynamic. So the sister, the mom, the dad, the grandmother, all of that stuff I really, really enjoyed.
Sister.
Who is that? The girl who is like taking over at the mosque and like
That's her friend.
that's her friend? I thought that was her sister.
She doesn't have a sister. It's just
She's
her
a brother.
brother.
It's a brother. Okay. So then her best friend, Nakia, you said?
Nakia, yeah.
Those would be my favorite characters. I think that dynamic was really interesting to me, especially in I think it's the second to last episode when we get grandma, mom, and Kamala together a few times in different combinations. That was the most emotional stuff for me. And I thought it was really well handled. The generational gaps were really well handled. And I thought it was just beautiful the way that those relationships worked. What didn't work for me is the last episode. I thought the last episode was pretty much a train wreck in that, like, there was no bad guy to fight. What was going on with, what's the guy's name? Cameron, right?
Cameron.
What was going on with her friend, the other guy, was not explained. Like, I don't know what was inside of him or what he was doing.
It was his mom.
I know where it came from. I don't know what it was and what it was doing to him. Like, he seemed like he couldn't control it. And then at the end, he was like, no, I can get on an airplane and fly to Pakistan. I'm fine now. Like, I don't know that any of that made any sense to me. And it seemed like they kept flipping the bad guy. Like, is Cameron the bad guy? Is the, like, Department of S.H.I.E.L.D. the bad guys?
Damage control.
Damage control, yeah. Like, I felt like they kept flipping the script on us there, and it didn't really work for me. I think they needed more of a focus on what the ending was, and I didn't know how I felt about all that stuff. So in the end, it just kind of like petered out for me, which is a real bummer. I felt like the best episodes were the ones preceding that, like 3, 4, and 5, really strong. And then 6 was just kind of lackluster for me. And then I did like the moment with Dad on the rooftop at the end, really sweet. Again, anything that gets back to the family, that's where the show was the strongest. I love that she doesn't have to keep her identity a secret from them. What a great change that is.
Cool.
The whole family knows who she is now, so that's just great. So for me, those things really were strong.
Even like
and the villain side, it was kind of weak. Sorry, go ahead.
Even like her new sister-in-law knows.
Sister-in-law.
Yeah, remember the brother got married?
Yeah.
Maybe that's who you thought was his sister.
No.
Because she takes over the mosque, and the sister-in-law doesn't do that.
Yeah, her friend takes over the mosque, joins the like leadership of the mosque, right?
Yeah, Nakia.
So this is a great comment. I don't know if you girls noticed it. Bob says, how do you feel about the mutant reveal? So at
Oh.
the end, spoiler, but anyway, for a show that ended like 2 weeks ago, Bruno says to her, you know, I restudied your genes and it seems like there's some odd, and then he takes a big dramatic pause, mutation, hinting at the idea that she might be a mutant and the beginnings of the introductions of mutants into the MCU. Instead of her being an inhuman like she is in the comics, they might be hinting that she's a mutant. I'm cool with it. It doesn't bother me at all. If they want to steer away from the Inhumans because that just didn't work as far as a TV show, it just failed so bad, and maybe later they'll figure out a way to bring them in, I'm fine with all of that. I even love the way they retconned her powers. At first I was like, oh, it's all this weird crystal stuff.
I know.
But they still gave her the giant stretchiness and the big fists and all the stuff. I just think it was a way to make those powers look cooler. And I'm fine with all of that. I felt like the core of her character was strong and true to the comics. And they just made a small tweak to her power set. And that was my biggest worry was, are they giving her a totally different set of powers? And the answer is no. They're just tweaking her powers so that they have this crystal outside to them. But she still stretches and makes the big fist and punches people and gets big. And I love all that stuff. That stuff's cool.
I mean, the thing I'm most excited to see, which I know is going to happen at some point, it's going to be just amazing.
Yeah.
Is when new Hawkeye meets Miss Marvel.
Because they're friends in the comics a bunch, right? Kate Bishop and Kamala Khan.
Their personalities, like from the separate shows, are so similar.
Yes.
And they feel like they eventually be like, oh, and it'd just be amazing. And then Yelena would be really awesome if she got mixed in with it.
I think they're setting up some kind of, because in the comics there's a group called the Young Avengers, right? And it's like it would be Yelena, it would be Kate Bishop,
Ironheart.
it would be Kamala. It might be a Miles Morales, but probably not likely at this point. It would be Ironheart, Riri Williams, maybe. So they might be creating a subtle Young Avengers team, and these ladies would be a big part of it.
And the new Captain America.
He's not young though. I think Young Avengers would need to be the younger group, like kids, basically.
Yeah, but like in my opinion, I feel like what they've been doing is like creating like
that's a new set of Avengers for sure. But at some point they're wondering, are they going to do a Young Avengers team?
Like Miss Marvel is like Captain Marvel's mini. Hawkeye's Mini. Captain America is like Captain America's little mini.
Right.
And Bucky's just kind of there, but like
maybe.
And there's like I forgot her name. Yelena is like
Black Widow
little mini, and then She-Hulk now. Who knows?
And now we've got
Ironheart.
Love, Thor's mini.
Oh yeah. Forgot about that.
Little Thor.
She seems like she'd be really cool.
On Ironheart.
Yes, Ironheart is a TV series, I believe, coming down the ways a bit. So that is on
They
the path.
announced so much stuff.
Yep.
Black Panther.
Oh yeah, Black Panther's mini.
Well, we don't know who that's going to be or how that's going to work. That's going to be this winter that movie comes out. So, okay, then, Charlie, what did you think of the show, Ms. Marvel? What were your thoughts?
I really liked it. I did agree with you. Like the ending felt kind of like it just felt like they were just like packed a bunch of stuff together and didn't really make sense.
Because they kind of got rid of the villain in episode 5 and then didn't really have a villain in episode 6. And it's supposed to be the big climax, and it just didn't have anything climactic.
I also felt like, but I also kind of felt like I really liked the like things between like Kamala and Bruno. I really liked the family dynamic.
Yeah, Kate mentioned those are her favorite parts too. The friends, Kamala and her friends.
And like how it's really obvious Bruno likes her and she's just super oblivious.
Sure.
And I feel like he really gets like put as a side character a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping like if because there's gonna be a next season, right?
Well, he's the guy in the chair, right? Just like Spider-Man has his guy in the chair.
I feel like when there's
Bruno's her guy in the chair.
I feel like when there's like a next movie or next season, then like I feel like Bruno's gonna be a lot bigger in it.
You think?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the next time we see her is in a movie that's called The Marvels. They've got a movie coming next year or the year after. I can't remember which, if anybody knows, called The Marvels, that's going to bring together a few different characters, a few different female characters, whether that's Monica Rambeau, Captain Marvel, Kamala. It's going to bring a few awesome ladies together.
And Mini Marvel.
Who's Mini Marvel?
Monica's daughter.
But Monica's daughter, isn't that
Maria?
is that Maria?
No.
I thought Monica was the daughter.
Yeah, Monica is the daughter of Maria.
And her mom is gone, right? Her mom died, right?
Possibly.
Well, she was blipped. They showed it in WandaVision.
I don't know.
She was in the hospital at her mom's bedside. She got blipped. When she blipped back, she's in the hospital, but now there's totally different people. People are screaming stuff all over the place.
Oh my god, I forgot
And while
about
she was
that.
gone, her mom died.
Bro, I totally forgot that was even a character.
Yeah, she's a big part of WandaVision. That was one of my favorite plot lines in WandaVision. I thought they handled it really well.
We haven't seen it in like a year.
We
Maybe
can
he would
rewatch
add
it.
this, I think.
We have never
I
really
wanna
we've never
rewatch
really
it.
rewatched any of the Marvel shows at this point.
I
We could
think
totally
should
do it.
rewatch WandaVision first.
I would love to rewatch that and Loki. I would rewatch that for sure.
I like Loki.
All right, so you girls are here. I'm gonna blow the screen up really big because I want you to watch this because I think it's pretty cool. All right, so I'm not gonna see the chat as easily. Sorry, folks, but I got this from my buddy J Hood Creative, and if you watched my unboxing recently, you saw me unbox this. This is a sketch cover, Charlie, which that means is basically it's a normal comic book, and they add an extra white piece of thick art paper stapled over the top. And you can have an artist draw a cover that you want for the book on top. Well, I sent one of these to J Hood Creative because he said he wanted to make a sketch cover for me. He's a professional artist. He makes amazing pieces, and he made this for me. And he said it has to be revealed one piece at a time so that you get a sense of what it is he created and then get to look at it.
You already told me. I haven't seen it, but you told me what it's like based on.
Did I? Okay. Well, the reveal is here on part one. So I peel off this side. He wanted to see the kids' reactions to it as well. And I was like, okay, I'll make sure I do it.
Is he in the chat?
He's not in the chat. All right, so here's part one.
The Minions. Let's go.
It's House of X Minions. It's what he changed the name. House of X Minions. X-Men. X-Minions. And there's Angel crashing into the logo. Wow. Bonk.
Bonk.
Pretty amazing, right? Here's part two. Come on. Look at that.
Me.
I know, but I want to see your faces. Storm's eye, you know, totally blank, right? Because she's using her power. Beast hanging upside down. Colossus
a lot.
right? So good, right? Oh, Kate's still up early.
Sorry.
Part three. It's hooked on there. There we go.
Gene.
His forehead looks like a banana peel.
Look at Nightcrawler. I love Nightcrawler's face. So good, right? Cyclops is very serious.
Yeah.
And then who do you think's the last one?
Wolverine.
It's got to be, right? It's got to be Wolverine. That was my guess too. And you're right. Berserker. So I have not posted this on Instagram because Kate follows me on Instagram and I didn't want her to see it in advance. But I will post pictures later today of this amazing sketch variant for House of X issue number 1. I'll have to do a show your set Saturday of all my House of X books because this is pretty epic right here. That's pretty epic. So there you go, ladies. That's pretty awesome, right?
Wolverine looks so cool.
All right. Get us out of big mode here and catch up with what people are saying. Let's see. Oh, this will be good. Can't wait to see their reaction. Mind blown halfway through the reveal. Incredible, right? Werewolf by lunchtime. Good to see you. Yes, J Hood absolutely crushed it. And if you didn't see the unboxing and want to see my reaction to it, this was a lot of fun. And it was my most recent unboxing video. So it was like a week and a half ago. I think it was a Monday night. or a Tuesday night, something like that. Yes, this is very true. Very, very true. Pretty awesome, right?
Her boobs are
Yeah, her little boobs,
they look
minion
so funny.
boobs.
In the oh my god, in the movies they put coconuts there. And then
Yes,
they put dresses
because
over it.
minions
It's so
are
funny.
gender free, right? There's no
Yeah.
gender, but they all have boy names like Bob and Kevin and
Kevin.
Yeah.
Stuart.
Yep.
Stuart is
So that's
supreme.
phenomenal. X Minions, and he even went and changed the label
know.
here, right, to fit X Minions. It's pretty awesome. So cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. If you feel it, you can feel where the whiteout is, like he had, or the white ink he used to cover it up. Pretty cool, right?
There's like whiteout paint.
There is, yes. So there you go. That's the show, folks. That's everything. We went through San Diego Comic-Con. We went through Ms. Marvel. We went through current books, and we went through a reveal,
And
and we went through some bagels.
I'm gonna make another one.
You go ahead and make another one. We're gonna say goodbye. Thanks everybody for coming by. I appreciate everybody hanging out with us. You guys were all awesome, and Sleepy Reader, thanks for the super chat, and Kate, thanks for the performance.
What'd she do?
You'll have to watch on the replay, but she performed a moment from Shrek where Lord Farquaad is interviewing the gingerbread man. It's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. As for us, let's see. I'm on hopefully JP's channel tomorrow for D&D if all goes well. I am on Whitewell Comics channel Wednesday to talk best books of July, specifically Batman and Detective Comics. And I think that's it for a while. So that's the only times you're going to see us until next Saturday. And I don't know what we'll talk about next Saturday. You'll have to be there to see.
What was the date next Saturday?
It is August 6th. Oh, you know what? We might be gone because Charlie's got a soccer tournament next weekend, I think.
Yeah, but it's at the end of it.
Is it? It's late Saturday?
Yeah.
So I'm going to put you on like, who knows? Because I know she's got a weekend tournament. She's in club soccer now. And I think she's got 3 games next weekend down in Coronado, which is close to San Diego. So we're going to be a little bit away from home. So we'll see how we can do our show next Saturday. All right. Hello. All right, gang. We are bouncing out of here. We will catch you all later. Thanks so much for hanging out with us, and have just a great weekend. Everybody have a great weekend. Bye. Where is it? There it is. Bye.